A $15 rubber impeller is the only thing standing between your outboard and a $5,000 powerhead replacement right now. Not as a hypothetical, not as a worst-case estimate. That is the actual repair invoice when this part fails. And most boat owners have never even looked at theirs. Here's what marine mechanics know that you don't. The 5 most expensive repairs on an outboard boat are all caused by maintenance that cost less than a tank of gas. $15, $20, $30 fixes that prevent $1,000 catastrophes. And every marine service shop in the country is billing you $150 an hour for jobs you can finish in your driveway in 20 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 maintenance items that prevent the 5 most expensive outboard repairs, the exact parts you need, what they cost, and why your mechanic hopes you never learn any of it. Number 1. The raw water impeller. This is the part that kills more outboard engines than anything else on this list. And it costs less than dinner for 2. Your outboard cools itself by pumping raw water through the block. That water gets moved by a small rubber impeller sitting inside the lower unit, about the size of your palm. After a season of use, or after sitting dry all winter, those rubber vanes crack, deform, and stop pushing water. When flow stops, the engine overheats in seconds. The aluminum head and block expand at different rates. The head gasket blows. Cylinder walls score. In bad cases, the block cracks. A remanufactured powerhead on a Yamaha 150 runs about $4,000 for the part alone. Labor pushes it closer to $6,000. Marine service shops document full powerhead replacements between $4,000 and $8,000. The impeller itself is a $15 to $45 part. A complete water pump repair kit for a Yamaha F225 runs about $260. The job takes 20 to 45 minutes with basic hand tools. And here's what should bother you. The flat rate labor manual bills this swap at 2.2 hours. That's the number your mechanic quotes, but the actual wrench time is 20 to 30 minutes. The book rate is padded. At $150 an hour, that padding costs you an extra $200 every single time. That's not a warning in small print. That's arithmetic. Number 2. Lower unit gear oil. This one is almost embarrassing because the fix barely qualifies as work. Your lower unit has gear oil lubricating the prop shaft, gears, and bearings. A bottle of Yamalube or Quicksilver gear lube costs $9 to $20. The drain and fill takes 15 minutes. Bottom plug out, top plug out, pump fresh oil in from the bottom until it weeps out the top. Close the top first, then the bottom. Done. Here's what happens when you skip it. Fishing line wraps your prop shaft on the water and you don't even notice. That line cuts the prop shaft seal. Water gets in. The oil turns milky, like coffee creamer, and once water sits on those gears, they corrode within weeks. A new lower unit on a Mercury Pro Texas 250 has crossed $5,000. Rebuilds on Yamaha outboards run $1,500 to $3,000. Industry surveys show 72% of owners skip this service entirely. Average repair cost when the gears let go is $1,200, and that's the cheap end. Check your oil every 100 hours or once a year. When you drain it, look at the color. Milky tan means water is already inside. A seal kit to catch it early costs $30. Number 3. Sacrificial anodes. Most people call them zincs, even though aluminum anodes are now the recommended standard for salt and brackish water. 2 different metals in salt water create a galvanic cell. One corrodes, so the other doesn't have to. The anode is the cheap metal you bolt on so your $3,000 aluminum lower unit doesn't dissolve over the season. A full anode kit for a Yamaha 150 to 200 horsepower outboard costs $25 to $50. Individual anodes run $5 to $12. Installation is 2 minutes with a screwdriver. 1. Detail wrecks the whole system. If there's paint or primer on the mounting surface where the anode contacts the metal, the electrical connection breaks, and the anode does nothing. It sits there looking fine while your lower unit corrodes underneath. The manufacturer's service guidance says it plainly. Neglected anodes will attack your lower unit and propeller. Marine shops have documented seized stern drive units requiring $5,000 in repairs, all preventable with $50 in parts, and 5 minutes twice a year. Every repair I just walked through is documented step by step in the $50 Fix Bible, with exact part numbers, exact tool lists, and the time each job actually takes. versus what the shop bills you. It's one of 6 guides in the Bilge files. Scan the QR code or hit the link in the description and pinned comment. If you've made it this far, you already know this channel isn't selling you anything. It's telling you what the service department hopes you never figure out. Subscribe and hit the bell, because we do this every week. Sit with this for a second. The impeller, the gear oil, and the anodes are all on the same component. Your lower unit, that one piece of hardware hanging off the transom, is responsible for 3 of the 5 most expensive repairs in boating, and every preventive part fits in your back pocket. Number 4. The Bilge pump and float switch. This one doesn't wreck your engine, it sinks your boat. The insurance data from Boat US never changes. For every boat that sinks on the water, 4 sink in their slip. More than 2/3 of those sinkings were preventable. The Bilge pump handles nuisance water, rain, spray, slow seepage from aging hose clamps and through hulls. When the float switch sticks or debris jams the intake, that water keeps rising. A replacement pump costs $25 to $80. A float switch is $20 to $30. The cost when they fail is roughly 40% of the boat's value in damage repair, plus $3,000 to $7,000 in salvage. On a $40,000 bay boat, that's a $23,000 catastrophe caused by a $30 part. Lift your float switch by hand once a week. Watch the pump cycle. 60 seconds. No marine shop will ever remind you to do it. Number 5. Fuel stabilization, the silent killer that gets every boat sitting on ethanol fuel for more than 30 days. E10 gasoline pulls moisture from humid air through your tank's vent. Roughly 3.8 teaspoons of water per gallon triggers phase separation, when the ethanol and water drop out of suspension and sink to the bottom of your fuel tank, right where the pickup sits. Once it separates, no additive reverses it. The fuel has to be professionally drained. Injectors gum up, fuel lines corrode. Injector cleaning runs $30 to $40 per injector, and on a V6 outboard that's over $200 just in cleaning, plus labor. A full fuel system rebuild after phase separation can hit $1,500 to $3,000. The prevention is $10 to $20. A bottle of Stabil or Startron poured in before storage. Fill your tank to 95%, double dose the stabilizer, run the engine 10 minutes to push treated fuel through the lines. 30 seconds of effort. That's the list. 5 maintenance tasks. 5 catastrophic failures they prevent. Every single one can be done in your driveway without a mechanic and without special tools. Total annual cost of all 5 is $150 to $250 in parts and about 4 hours of your time across the whole season. You now know something that most people launching at the rant this weekend don't. The gap between a boat that bleeds you in repairs and one that runs clean for a decade is not luck, and it's not the brand on the cowling. It's 5 maintenance items that cost less than your streaming subscriptions, done consistently. Marine service shops charge $150 an hour for 10-minute jobs because they count on you to never learn how simple this is. You just learned it. YouTube thinks you'll like one of these 2 videos, so tap whichever one grabs you. And if you made it to the end of this one, you already know what we do here. Subscribe. The list of things your mechanic hopes you never Google doesn't get shorter.